I'm Marianne Houtcare. Today's video is about you gotta give in order to get. So I've always believed, and I teach my kids this all the time, that you have to give to those less fortunate without wanting any recognition or anything like that. You give just to do it, and it all comes back around. And whether it's 20 years from now or 10 years from tomorrow, it all comes back around. It's just how the world works. So I volunteer for an organization called Cake for Kids, and I've done it for the past couple years. It's only 3 years old. Actually, I've done it for, it's about 3 years now. It goes by so fast. We make birthday cakes for foster kids, and I do at least one a month, sometimes two, and there's hundreds of volunteers and everything around the Bay Area and stuff. And we, when I'm out buying the cake box and buying, whatever theme they asked for, it's, kids from, 1 to 18, and some of them are a little bit older and they're out of the system, but, they don't, they still have birthdays and everything else, and it's like a lot of them, this is the first time they've ever had a birthday cake, so it's pretty special to them, and I know that they're totally appreciative. Even though we don't meet any of them, we do get thank yous and stuff from the board of the organization, but that's not what it's about. And when we deliver the cakes, we don't meet any of the kids. We usually drop them off at offices where they're staying or whatever they are, but and these people don't know us. We just walk in, we have like boxes, Cake for Kids on it, and we deliver them. Oh my God, and even the people working there are all appreciative of thank you, and everything else. But so when I'm out at the store buying, the cake box and the brownie mix, if they want brownies, we do brownies and cupcakes too, or whatever cake flavor they want, and whatever theme they want. If I don't have the stuff at home, then I go buy it. And we're at Michael's one day, and my kids are like, God, you have to buy all this stuff when it's volunteer and you're not getting paid and stuff like that. And I explained to them, I said, it's not about the money, it's about giving to those who are less fortunate than we are. And it's just the way it works. It's what God did. God gave for all of us, right? And he created the earth and everything we have here. We have this because of him. So why wouldn't we do the same in return? And I know a lot of people don't think this way, but I always have thought this way, and I teach my kids to the same thing. So today I took my kids to church, and the sermon was really good. Father George, who's in our parish, he was talking about a trip he took to South America several years ago, and he went to this really poor area with another priest, and they were going to say mass and visit, some people there. And, they live in these huts, and they have these, they don't even have doors. They have, fabric hanging down, covering the doors and everything. And then they went to the other priest he was with said, okay, we're going to drive a little ways in the country. We're going to go to this other area, which is a little better than this area as far as money and that kind of thing. There's, it's still very, very poverty-stricken and so forth. But so they drive out to the country, and they're going to this other chapel where they have this old door for the altar, and they just it's kind of like a makeshift chapel that this little town has. So they go in there and they're saying mass, and then we always have announcements. I don't know if every church does this, but we have announcements before the church is over, the mass is over. So he said this lady got up to make an announcement, and she said, we are the middle class here. And he was kind of a little floored, because he said middle class, the way he was looking at everything was, wow, they really think they have a lower, middle, and upper class in this little poverty-stricken area, which he thought was pretty amazing. So she goes on to say, so she goes, I guess most of the townspeople have little plots of land where they grow their own food. And she said, and as you've noticed, some of my food has been taken over the last couple weeks, and I know other people in the area, their houses are pretty far apart, so they have this land where they have their food, and other people's land has been stolen from as well. So she said, I just think what we should do, because I know people are taking the food off our land and picking it and stuff like that. She said, so I think what we should do is just gather all the food that we can out of our own land and bring it here so those people can come and just pick it up at the church, at this little chapel. She goes, and I might probably get this quote wrong, but Father George said he will never forget it, and of course I'm trying to remember it now. But she said, I don't want these people to feel like thieves. I just want them to feel like, how she put it, feel like they're in need. Something to that effect. So she didn't want the homeless or the people that were less fortunate to feel like thieves, like they had to steal the food because they were too proud to ask, or they were too embarrassed or whatever to ask. So her idea was just gather up all the food and bring it to the church, and they could pick it up there. So I just thought that was awesome, and Father George, I'll never forget that experience and how she considered herself middle class because she had food. And the other people that were stealing the food, she didn't want them to feel like they had to steal it. So I just thought that was great. And we have a community ministry at our school and our church where we were today, where my kids go. And we, every single day from 10 to 12, excuse me, Santa Clara residents, which is where the school's at, can come. They have to sign up, and once a month they get to come in, and we give out 2 huge full bags of groceries, and they get to come in and pick up their groceries. And then we also have a lunch program where the homeless can come in and they can pick up a bag lunch, like 2 sandwiches, a drink, a fruit, and a treat, sometimes a pastry. And we have shaving kits and stuff like that we give out on a daily basis. So Father George was talking about, that's sort of what this lady in South America was talking about, was just having people come to the church instead of having to feel like they had to steal it. So anyway, I just thought that was a great story, because you have to give in order to receive. And that's exactly what God has taught us, and this is what we learn in school and Catholic schools and at church and stuff like that. And I just thought it was a great message. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And this is video 27, I think. Whoa, 27. So anyway, I hope everybody had a great weekend, and we will talk soon. Bye.